Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, and the sun is gone. No sunrise, no warmth, just a dark sky where the most powerful object in our solar system used to be. At first, nothing seems different, but within minutes, the entire fate of Earth begins to change. Because without the sun, our planet wouldn't just get colder. It would become one of the most hostile places in the universe. Explanation. What happens first? The sun is more than just a bright light in the sky. It's the center of the entire solar system. Its gravity keeps every planet, including Earth, in orbit, and its energy powers almost every process that supports life. The sun produces more energy in 1 second than humanity has ever used in all of history. So, if it suddenly disappeared, what would happen? Interestingly, the effects wouldn't be immediate, because light takes time to travel. Sunlight takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach Earth. That means for those final minutes, everything would look completely normal. The sky would still be blue, the sunlight would still shine, birds would still fly, cars would still drive down the street. But after 8 minutes and 20 seconds, the last photon of sunlight would reach Earth, and the planet would fall into darkness. The first thing you'd notice is the sky. Instead of blue, it would instantly turn black. Not dark blue, not twilight, true space black. Stars would appear in the middle of the day. But something even more dramatic would happen at the exact same moment. Earth would stop orbiting, because gravity also travels at the speed of light. So when the sun disappears, its gravitational pull vanishes at the same time the light does. Earth would no longer move in a curved orbit. Instead, it would fly straight through space like a runaway spacecraft. Our planet would become a rogue world, drifting alone through the galaxy. For the first few hours, temperatures wouldn't drop dramatically. The atmosphere and oceans store a huge amount of heat, but the cooling would begin quickly. Within 24 hours, the average global temperature would fall to around 0 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 18 degrees Celsius. That's colder than most winters on Earth. Plants would immediately stop photosynthesis. Without sunlight, the entire food chain begins to collapse. Solar panels stop producing electricity. Many ecosystems begin to fail within days, but the real catastrophe takes longer. After about 1 week, Earth's average temperature would drop below minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 40 degrees Celsius. Most plant life would die. Surface water would begin freezing across the planet. Oceans would start forming thick layers of ice. Animals that depend on sunlight, either directly or indirectly, would struggle to survive. Most agriculture would collapse. Food shortages would begin almost immediately. Human civilization would face an unprecedented crisis. But surprisingly, not all life would disappear. After 1 year without the sun, Earth's surface temperature would plunge to about minus 100 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 73 degrees Celsius. The oceans would freeze solid across the surface. However, they wouldn't freeze all the way to the bottom. That's because Earth still has internal heat. Radioactive decay in the planet's core continues producing energy, and the deepest parts of the ocean would stay liquid for millions of years. Near underwater volcanic vents, entire ecosystems already survive today without sunlight. These deep-sea organisms rely on chemical energy instead of solar energy. In a dark Earth scenario, those ecosystems might become the last refuges of life. But the surface would be completely unrecognizable. Something else surprising would happen if the sun vanished. The night sky would become the most spectacular view in human history. Without sunlight scattering through the atmosphere, the sky would reveal billions of stars every day. The Milky Way would stretch across the sky constantly. Planets would shine brighter than ever. But even this beautiful view wouldn't last forever, because Earth would no longer be bound to the solar system. Over thousands or millions of years, our rogue planet could drift anywhere. It might pass near other stars. It might wander through interstellar space forever. Or, in extremely rare cases, it could be captured by the gravity of another star. If that happened, Earth could gain a new sun. But the odds are incredibly small. Most likely, Earth would drift through the galaxy alone. In theory, some humans might survive for a while. If we built underground cities powered by nuclear energy or geothermal heat, we could create artificial environments. Places like Iceland already use geothermal energy to heat buildings. Scaled up enough, that technology could keep small populations alive. Greenhouses with artificial light could grow food. Subterranean shelters could protect people from extreme cold. But maintaining civilization without the sun would be incredibly difficult. Global infrastructure depends on agriculture, weather patterns, and natural energy cycles. Without the sun, the planet becomes far less stable. Human survival might be possible for centuries in protected environments, but eventually, resources would become scarce. Thankfully, the sun disappearing is essentially impossible. Stars don't simply vanish. The sun will continue burning hydrogen for about 5 billion more years. Eventually, it will expand into a red giant, possibly engulfing Mercury and Venus. Earth itself may become uninhabitable long before then, but that process will happen slowly over millions of years, not overnight. For now, the sun remains a stable star. Every second it shines, it supports the fragile ecosystem that allows life to exist on Earth. The sun feels ordinary because it's always there. Every sunrise, every warm day, every growing forest and thriving ocean. All of it exists because of a star 93 million miles away. If that star vanished tomorrow, Earth wouldn't explode, but it would slowly transform into a frozen, wandering world, a silent planet drifting through the darkness of space. And it's a reminder of something incredible. Life on Earth depends on a delicate cosmic balance, a balance maintained by a single star at the center of our solar system. And as long as the sun keeps shining, our world continues spinning, warm and alive.